Greetings to readers, viewers, and listeners, and welcome to this next edition of the annual Lenten tradition from the Autistic Superblog, and then it'll be Letters for Lent. I'm sure we can all say right now that life is messy, life is hard, life is a whole bunch of challenges. It's tough to be honest, and it doesn't get any easier. One of the things I've mentioned it one of the things I mentioned in this series is about hope, about trust, about kindness. This one is going to be about accepting. Accepting that life is hard. Accepting that life is difficult. Accepting that life is a whole bunch of challenges. I mean, this is no way to get around it. But I'm also reminded of I'm also reminded of a sit- I'm also reminded of something that I've heard in circles. That God wouldn't give you any challenges if you didn't know you can handle them. And since God is omnipotent, we know that God can work through us and through our challenges to help others. Um, I'll be honest with you. One of my main challenges is to try to be easy on myself. As much as I want to say that I'm easy on myself, I'm figuring out that I'm stronger by myself. I'm stronger as a person, although sometimes I need to be more accepting of other people's help. And my brothers will probably attest to me saying this, but I I could be considered pretty stubborn. But I think we all are really. Um, but it also takes a lot for me to really like talk and really get my feelings out and get my frustrations and anxieties out. Um, that being said, it's always nice to know that if help's needed, that you can accept it. I mean, that you can not only the help that you're given, but also accept the help that's given to you. Um, I mean, I've made a mention many times in the blog about my financial situation, how it was a mess, and how I needed help, how I needed to accept help in order to get it back on track. It's gotten back on track, but just having to accept the fact that I'm not as good as my management was was a revelation. It was a wake up call. And it's something that I admit I'm getting used to. Um, it's not easy. But I don't want to dwell on the bad stuff. Um, it's all about life is all about accepting the challenges, but also accepting the gifts that you're given. Um, accepting the fact that in my case that I'm creative, that I think differently, that I'm very creative, um, that I'm very caring, that I'm very caring, that I speak from the heart. All these videos have probably shown that I can speak from the heart, and that's what I'm doing in all these videos. I want to make sure you guys know that that all my dear readers and viewers and listeners know that I wouldn't be saying this, I wouldn't be mentioning this if I haven't gone through it. I'm reminded of a Billy Joel song, one of my favorites. You're only human, second wind. You probably don't want to hear advice from someone else, but I wouldn't be telling you if I hadn't been there myself. I've come to learn that life isn't all about the bad stuff. It's not only about the challenges, the hills that you have to climb, the mountains that you have to climb, but it's all about the valleys. It's all about taking the stuff, the gifts that you're given, and making them work for you. Um, Another way to look at it is I'm reminded of Aang the Last Airbender. There was a episode in the third season, I believe, where Sokka was had to accept his non-bending abilities and had to find a way to kind of strategically think outside the box and to try and contribute something to the group. Other than being the straight talk and funny guy, um, and he found it. I'm not going to make any spoilers, although you guys probably know. But he finds it and finds a lot about himself in the process. Much like in the same way, we all have gifts, myself included. We all have gifts to give each other. It's all about accepting the gifts that God gives us, but also accepting them and accepting the harsh criticism when they don't when they don't when they don't work for you as you might want. Um, some people are good with money, some people aren't. I'm one of those people that aren't, and I'm good with that. But I also it it's hard to accept help, but it's also necessary to accept help. But it's also nice to accept that you're a strong person, that you're someone that can do a lot of great things, even if it's not those things. So, um, if you like this if you like this video, check me out on the autisticsuperblog.wordpress.com, and you can check me out on the Autistic Super channel on YouTube. Stay strong, stay safe, God bless, and as always, shine on.